That's my girl. Okay. So normally I would be processing this by myself and on my own, but God says talk about this with you guys, so I'm going to do it. One of my long-term clients and kind of turned good friend, she said she did a deep dive on all this, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. And by the way, this is my plates. That's the living room, and this is like just a little office area, like the dining room, the kitchen, kind of a combination. It's my office space. So she said that she thought, she said she put in the comment earlier, MK. And I was like, are you trying to guess who this person is? No, we know. Thank you. She's about to ask for some treats. So that she put MK, and I was like, are you trying to guess who this is and stuff? And she ended up like sending me a message on Telegram, and she said, I feel like he could be, like, she wondered if he could be a clone or an MK Ultra person, which means that, well, you guys know what MK Ultra is. They're mind controlled, they're told what to do, and they do that kind of thing. And I thought all of this, you guys. It's been like 4 years of me going through this with this person. And trust me, he took a turn. He took a major turn about 2 years ago. It seemed like a totally different person. And I was like, I don't think I'm dealing with the same person. I was like, I think this could be a clone. So it already was like, it got weird about a couple of years ago or so. And he didn't seem like himself anymore. And I didn't know if it was because of what he was going through or whatever. Anyway, I'm still like so in the dark about all of it because I don't know. But she said that he could have been MK Ultra or he could be a clone. But what she got was that the person that's here downstairs is wearing a mask, trying to portray or frame or say that he's the other person. She thinks the real one is in jail, which that would actually make way more sense. Because I was like, how is he not in jail? Like, how is he doing this over here? How is that even possible? Like, I would think he'd be in jail. So being in jail makes like a lot more sense. So considering everything that they've been involved with and the questioning they'd have to go through and just all of it, of course he would be in jail. So somebody's pretending to be him, which also makes sense why God was urging me to try to connect with him, get him to meet me in person, in public, because there's no way that I would know his voice. I would know his voice. So he couldn't meet me in public, which is why he hasn't, because it's not him. So, and yeah, she got more information, but I just thought that was really interesting. So I just thought I would get on and see if any of you have come up with anything, have you felt anything intuitively about the situation, or if you know something, or see, what you think the neighbor person next to me. Hey, am I having trouble sleeping? No, not generally speaking. Only when somebody's knocking. trying to mess with my sleep. But generally, no. Have you? So, yeah, we can chat about anything. We don't have to necessarily chat about that. But, I was supposed to get on and talk about what she said. So I thought that was interesting. And who knows? Nope, it's not happened tonight so far. It's 10:10. Last night it happened at 10:30, so I guess we'll see. I don't know. But it's so funny because that channel 144 from the Stars Tarot, he's always reporting on my life. It's so crazy. And tonight he said something about there's some kind of a setup and like waiting for me to drop my guard so they can do something or something. I was just like, God's got my back. God's so got my back. So whatever it is they might be attempting, it's going to fail. So that's just how it's going to go. Neighbor is acting real friendly, like nothing happened. So yeah, don't trust her at all. Not at all. So that's where we're at in this moment of time. So Sunny, are you having trouble sleeping or were you just concerned about my sleep? Anybody else have anything to say about this situation? It's about 10. It was a second ago. It was 10:10. So, okay. So what could we do? I just got blissing. Okay. So we're going to do a blissing to help the truth be revealed in everything. Oh, your sleeping's been off. There's so many wonky energies right now. I'm not surprised. There's just so much going on. So, well, let's do something for everybody's sleep right now. Help everybody sleep better. No matter, whatever the reason might be that they're losing sleep or concerned about sleep, we'll, put the attention to help them to sleep well. 谢谢给我来，来神no trusha shiki na transa ike, uho mo na transa sa se shinchi ike wo na trake, asa shishi na trusa. Okay. I'll pull some God cards for you guys. God, what do you want everybody to know at this time? By the way, he sounds very excited right now. He's not even telling me anything about what's going on with all the stupid drama. God could care less. He's like, we're on a whole other thing. God and I are like on this whole other thing, and we're having a great time. We're having we're having a wonderful time. So all this stuff, this is going on in some kind of other reality over there. Okay, so God, what do you want to tell everybody right now who might be watching? What do you want to tell everybody who's watching right now? Oh, I will bliss you and make your name great. You shall not only be a blessing, but I'll bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. That's from Genesis 12:23. Hi, Amy. Welcome back. Happy to see you. Overcoming all God's training. I know, right? Thank you. Oh, that's great. I love it. I had to reframe, and I posted this earlier to the Daily Boosters, and then I ended up opening it up to everybody. Didn't I? No, I left it in the Daily Boosters. So here, I'm going to write you like what came to me. I feel healers and light workers are really going through it right now. Yep. With these energies, absolutely, totally. But we're going. I mean, it's just a massive level up. It's just a really massive level up. And a lot of these bad guys, let's just say bad guys, a lot of these bad guys know what our destiny is. They've been trying to destiny swap for a while, which is impossible and really stupid of them to even try. Because, man, the penalty for that, well, just for trying that, yeah, that's not going to go well. But anyway, so a lot of them know what we're going to be doing to change the world and to help in the days ahead. And so they're trying to stop us before we can do that. So I must be doing something great in the future. I wish I knew what that was. Okay, so it says, always remember tower moments aren't something to fear. They are shortcuts God gives you to accomplish objectives for the good of everyone the fastest way possible. It's a bit like the old video game Frogger. Do you guys remember Frogger? If you haven't, you should like look that up on YouTube or something and watch a video on Frogger. Frogger. You'll laugh now that I'm using that as an example. But it's way quicker than going all the way around. You just got to flow with it and know God's got you and is taking you to great heights more all the time. So, I mean, he's like, basically, when we go through a tower moment, we're on one side of the street, God's on the other side of the street, and he needs us to affect all of these cars that are coming across the traffic, right, that are coming both ways. He needs this one to slam on their brakes and go, oh my gosh, I almost hit somebody. He needs somebody over here to go past someone and see us in the rearview mirror and be like, oh my gosh, there she was, like have all these different experiences happen with all these different cars that we're going to hop between. So he's like timing it all perfectly, and he's trying to get it to, trying to get you safely on the other side of the street, but it's wonky and scary, and you walk 5 feet and then you see a car flash in front of you, so then you have to back up and then you have to go back this way and then go back that way. And it's like this really kind of awkward, awkward dance, like the video game. And I thought, gosh, that's really such a funny analogy, but so like a perfect visual, because if you had to go all the way around instead of doing it like in the game, you would have to go like blocks all the way, and who knows how long that would take, a long time. So if you have some tower moments, or somebody that you know is going through some tower moments, you can be like, well, you're just in the game of Frogger. And God's trying to get you safely across the street. He's like, okay, come on, go, stop. Don't, no. Okay, come on, okay. Okay, come on. So it like really refines your ability to listen to his instructions. You'll learn to stay very, very present. And like before you do anything, you're always asking, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I open my mouth about that? Should I go publicly with this? Should I, it's, or you just get prompted to do whatever it is and you just go do it because you're obedient. So I've been getting a lot about XRP, guys. So you might want to, if you haven't gotten the XRP yet, maybe get it now before it really takes off. Okay. Don't worry about enlightening. It's going to happen regardless. Just stay connected with me for the chi. So whether you're doing Qigong or staying present in the moment or you're meditating, however you need to pour chi through your body, try to do that to replenish yourself. XRP. XRP is, they used to call it crypto, but it's a digital currency by the Stellar Network. And it's so the good guys are behind it, the Alliance, supposedly. But if you go onto any kind of digital currency exchange, you can find it there. XRP and XLM are going to do really, really well. But, not a lot of people are real familiar with the digital currencies, so they usually kind of avoid doing it. Okay. Someone's lying to you, but I've got your back and I will reveal the truth. So I guess that's another thing too that you start to pick up on more when you're going through this many tower moments and stuff, is you kind of think on your toes, and you got your spidey senses are big time turned on. You can tell when somebody's trying to deceive you a lot better than even normal, because you're kind of in survival mode, but you're also present. But I guess, yeah, it's just the spidey sense thing. You're just like, yeah, I don't know if I'm falling for this. I've made everything beautiful in my time in this moment. So that's Ecclesiastes 3:11. I added the in this moment because people don't realize what that's really saying. But I've made everything beautiful in my time. So that means, just stay present and you'll see the truth no matter what. I can definitely see right through the lies. Awesome. Perfect. So just further refinement and training for all of us. Oh, wow. One of your enemies, at least, is losing it all. They're feeling very stupid for picking on you. I'm always telling one of my friends that I talk to about this, I'm like, dude, I've been warning these guys for the longest time on my channel. Did they not take me seriously? Like, I've been telling them that I have a long history of people trying to mess with me, and it never goes well for them. It usually absolutely shatters their life. Their worst nightmares come true. And freak accidents happen and all kinds of weird. Well, it's like whatever they're wishing on me happens to them. And I'm not doing it. I wouldn't wish anything like that on somebody. But I've seen it happen so many times that when they started coming down on me like this, I was like, oh boy. Oh, these guys don't know what they're doing. Yes, I've been getting that same message about an ex. Oh, these guys don't know what they're doing. Yes, I've been getting that same message about an ex. What message is that? That he's losing it all. And they're feeling really stupid for picking on you, yeah. And I would like to see as many of these people turn it around somehow, like heal, start healing like they were supposed to in the first place, instead of, being whiny babies and trying to take the wrong kind of shortcuts, lying, cheating, stealing, and all that nonsense, losing it all. Yeah. I've just seen it so many times that I just cringe when somebody picks on me. I feel worse for them almost, almost. It's been so bad for me, though. I'm not sure I feel sorry for them anymore. So, but yeah, I used to be like, oh, don't pick on me. Please don't pick on me for your sake. Oh, I've seen like horrible things happen to people that do things to me. And that's like, compared to what's been going on lately for me, dude, that stuff that those people had horrific things happen to them over were just like nothing. They were like just ringing somebody's doorbell and running, and they got major, like when the Bible says, do not pick on God's anointed ones, he means it. Do not do that. Do not do that. Oh, you have my mark upon you. It cannot be taken from you or overridden. So the mark. Let's see, I've been picked on for moving on with my life and choosing self-love. Yeah. Oh, they hate that. Right. It's exactly. When you empower yourself, they'll pick on you because you inspire people. And other people will rise up and do the same thing. They're trying to put the lid on everything, you guys. It's like whack-a-mole, right? That game whack-a-mole. They're like the people that are like rising up, inspiring somebody, making somebody's day brighter. Whack, whack. Stop it. But it's getting to the point where like all the little moles are popping out of the holes and you can't like get to all of them, right? These guys can't do it anymore. They're trying to whack those things and they can't. It's like impossible. So, the more that I was like so happy today, and I was driving around running errands and just having a good time. I was just belting out the Christmas tunes and stuff. You just have to be a master of your vibration. You can't let this stuff get to you. You can't get involved in all the drama and stuff and don't give it any attention. Obviously, God's told me to get on here and discuss this stuff with you, but maybe it's because some of you are going through it or will go through it. Hopefully, You know, I don't know. I'm here for you if you start going through it. But just watch these channels that I've been recommending. They'll really resonate for you if you've been going through this or if you start to go through this. You'll start to see so many incredible signs and synchronicities. It's crazy. Like it's been off the charts for me. Like I can't even tell you. Just yeah. I can't even like if I were to try to write it all down in a diary or something, it'd be like almost impossible. It'd be so many pages a day of the messages that I get and everything I'm being told about all this. Not about all this, but about me awakening to who I am and just how powerful I am. And I'm not talking like an egoic kind of power, but just, we all have so much power. We all have so much power, and we have to believe in ourselves in order to really, take advantage of that power being given to us by God. So, he has to wake us up to just, what a big deal we are. And getting picked on like this really definitely like jars you into like, what the heck am I going to do in the future that these guys are trying to stop me? Like, my mother once said, "Why are you so happy?" I thought, don't you want your child to be happy, horrible person, right? Yeah, well, here's the thing that people don't realize is that Satanists are very, very common. It's like somebody said, like a Satanist had a channel one time that I was listening to, and they said like every 3 to 5 houses is a Satanist that like actually worship Satan and other negative entities. They don't believe in God, like all of that stuff, all the nefarious stuff, lie, cheat, and steal on a regular basis, like it's nothing. I even thought, like, I swear to God, you guys, wow, did you see that turn blue? That was like Archangel Michael. There it is again. I was going to say, I swear to God. I was about to say, I swear to God again, and it turned blue. That's so crazy. What? I swear to God. Oh. I've only told a lie like 3 times in my entire life. Nobody, and I've thought, if I tell people that, they're never going to believe me. Now, I've said things that ended up not being true, but it's because of my memory. I said it wrong or I remembered wrong or something like that. But yeah, I don't even understand why anybody would lie. It's like, it's never like, there are circumstances like I've been talking about, just because people get so frightened and scared and controlled at the idea of lying that it's crippling. And then it makes you kind of more of a liar or more susceptible to lying and cheating and all that stuff, because whatever we say, whatever we should, we become more of. When we judge something as like that, like Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow, the more the more it's the opposite of what you would think. Like when you say you shouldn't ever do this or that, you become more of it. So you don't want to do that. You want to say, hey, I'm completely capable of lying and cheating and stealing and doing whatever I want to, and I'll still love myself. I'll still love myself no matter what. That's the attitude you want to have about whatever the bad stuff is, what they call sin. Sin is just like not being present in the moment. That's all that is. It's missing the mark. That's all. So, but, if we can just completely, totally love ourselves, we won't make any kind of ill decision. And if you have to lie, you'll lie, but it'll be because it's a good reason, like a surprise party, or because it's saving a life, or because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? We can't be like so, what do you call it? Legalistic. I'm trying to help people get out of the legalism, and to love themselves more than just saying, these are the rules and this is what I abide by and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yes, you're still learning. Definitely been going through it the last 2 years, especially. Holy, holy, holy blessings to all of you, sending unconditional love, sending divine love, sending agape love to all of you, holy family and friends. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Archangel Michael, he is here. We are now blue. Thank you, Michael. You guys feel him behind me? Look at that the blue kitchen back behind me. It's just one of those. It's not a soft light. It's not a warm light. It's like one of those, like, the white light or whatever. I think they call it natural light. The blue. I don't like it so much. I like the warm light, the one that's like right here. Um. Okay. So cool. Hey, you did a cool post today, Jetty Law. That was you were absolutely right about that. She made a point of saying that, I think that was you, made a point of saying, like, why are you meeting him? And you shouldn't. I mean, generally speaking, you should not be meeting some guy who's trying to kill you and try to have lunch with him or try to, meet up with him and have him explain or apologize or whatever. If it was the real him, would have made perfect sense. But what I didn't realize, which you'll find out at the beginning of this live, is that God wanted me to do it because it wasn't him. And when he didn't show up time and time again is because it wasn't him. So I think the real person is in jail. The person here downstairs is like an assassin with a mask or something. So whatever. They do their sneaky shit. They're not going to get away with anything. They're not going to get away with anything, you guys. Seen one assassin, you've seen them all, right? One of them was like at a stoplight, and I was in my car, and we pulled up to the stoplight, and he was like, looking over at me. I was like, whoa, I can't do that back because my car doesn't do that, but vroom, I'm sorry. They're just like in this whole other world. That's the thing too. When you vibrate as high as a lot of us, they are on a whole other level. They're on a whole other realm. It's like they want to reach out and grab you and they can't. They're in the same. It's like in the world but not of it or whatever. Yeah. Oh, you did. Good. Thank you. She said, I told him to back off and that his behavior was inappropriate and unacceptable. I love it. That's awesome. It's true. Gosh. So anyway, keep your vibe high no matter what. Trust God and be happy. Be super grateful for everything you can be grateful for. And that's your saving grace. And be very present in the moment as much as possible. I once raced a guy in one Monte Carlo SS and I beat him. That's funny. Oh gosh. ETs want you to know they're watching over you closely and won't let anything happen. They want to reveal themselves to you. Awesome. I don't even know where a cat is right now. I don't know, probably sleeping. Probably. Oh, it's good to hear you. Thank you. I've been laughing this whole time. Like, I can't believe I'm even talking about this kind of stuff. It's like so funny to me. I can't tell you how many times I've just gone in the bathroom, just cracked up and looked at myself in the mirror, just laughing like, what the hell? How did you, what's going on? This is so funny. Oh, you're such a pleasure to have in our lives. Thank you. Thank you. We never know what God's going to put us through to get us ready for things to come. We just have to roll with it and just know that there's a reason. There's a reason it's all happening. It's important. You need to be able to relate to people sometimes, You got to be able to help people who've been in these situations before. And if you hadn't been through it yourself, maybe you wouldn't have as much compassion or you wouldn't be able to relate on that level. Oh, Katroya is another really good one to watch. It's Ktroya. She is so funny. Oh my gosh, she cracks me up. Katroya 144 from the stars. He is always reporting on my life. It's so crazy. I mean, sometimes I'm shocked. Like, how did you know that? I just went through that today. Um, who else? Chosen 144. He's another one, the Australian guy. Lumen Moondrow. I mean, there's so many that come up randomly that God sends me these messages through all these different people and stuff. So there's so many of them, but those are the ones that on a regular basis, I'm just like kind of shocked how accurate they are. Well, they will not bother you again. I'm seeing to it. Okay. Thank you. I'm just trying to mind my own business here. I'm not trying to bother nobody. Yeah, so wherever you settle down and call home, I'll keep you and your pets safe. So please just follow your heart and don't worry, I got you. That's the kind of dad we have. Our little Abba up there. Our little Abba within us. Oh, you've been, I'm trying to roll with it, and thank you for being a light and inspiration even when you're going through it. You're welcome. I mean, I can't believe I'm even talking about it. I mean, like, I would normally not be talking about any. I mean, I've kept it quiet like this whole time, just trying to get through it. But one day God was like, "Okay, time to talk about it." I'm like, "Really, really?" But it's not done. And it's still kind of going on a little bit. And he's just like, "Well, okay." He knows what he's doing, so there must be some reason. You've been so protected just watching you move under so many different circumstances. It's so obviously you're divinely protected. I know it's been crazy nuts. I haven't even told you guys half of it. I mean, there's just so, oh my God. I mean, I wish I had a better memory because I could write a whole novel on everything I've been through just in the last few months. Like, jeez. Oh, Lord. Yeah. It's also important. There's monitoring spirits. Oh, that's another person, Stephanie P. Smith. She's just like, if you want to know about how these guys kind of operate, what they do, and kind of like black magic and stuff, she talks about that. And you're right. Walking in faith and with confidence gives you so much power. Yeah, it really does. You have to believe. You really do have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself, and you have to believe you're super protected for the protection to be as strong as it is. So keep your plans to yourself, you guys, because there are monitoring spirits that will pop into somebody like a neighbor or whatever to try to get more information on you. You know, they'll tap your car, they'll put a tap in your house, they'll try to, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really stupid. I'm such an open book, man. You just ask me what I'm up to and I'll go blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know, you don't need to spy on me and put like taps in. I'm not talking anything really important. I'm not going to be talking about, because I've learned those monitoring spirits are, yeah, they're pretty sneaky. Then there's God's giving us a reminder to forgive yourself and have godly sorrow instead of worldly sorrow. So do something about it. So that's 2 Corinthians 7:10. This just means, like, people sometimes will say, let's say, you know, a lot of the divine masculines, and I say that loosely, like divine. Most of them are kind of cowards, at least during the separation phase. But anyway, so on their way to being divine, perhaps, is what we should call them, but that's too long. But a lot of those guys like feel sorry for themselves. Oh, you know, I've suffered and this is why I'm attacking everybody, or this is why, you know, they feel sorry for themselves, or they'll just be like, I can't believe I did that to my divine feminine. She'll never talk to me again. And then they, you know, go into this thing where they just kind of shut off and don't do anything. And it's like, dude, like, that's like worldly sorrow. What good is that going to do you or the other person? I mean, if you do something to somebody, do something about it to make up for it. If you're sorry, you know, apologize, or do, make an effort for them or do something to make it right somehow, or like, but do something about it. Don't just sit there and say, oh, it's too late. You're more protected than you realize. Like, I care even more than you that you and your loved ones make it through this. I have plans for you. See, that's the thing about the chosen ones, about the anointed ones, I guess you could call us, is that God needs us. God needs us to do something very important in the future. We're like instrumental to something happening that's really going to be incredibly beneficial and helpful to humanity. We have to survive. God's not going to let these little whiny little brats, have their way. when we're about to go help save the world or help enlighten the world or help everybody see something in such a way that it helps everybody enlighten or whatever, then God's not going to let nothing is going to stand in the way of God's plan for his anointed ones. It just isn't going to happen. It's very important that these people get their message out or do what they're supposed to do in the future. So as much as these little brats are going out there throwing their stupid little tantrums and doing their secretive, sneaky, stupid stuff they do, it's not going to see, they're in a losing game. They're big time in a losing game. They are not going to win. Period. We are ascending. This planet is ascending. It's too late to do anything about it. Period. I don't know why. They're just so, I don't know if it's stubborn or dumb or both, but it's like, they just don't know how to do anything different. They're like little robots. They always do the same thing over and over and over. You would think one of them would be like, maybe I should get out of here. Maybe I should stop these evil ways. Maybe maybe there is a God. It's like they don't have the ability to like think for themselves and change route. Oh, and you're right. Walking in faith and with confidence gives us so much power. Yeah, I think I already read that. Okay, so you're more protected than you realize. Okay, expect miracles. Okay, so you might be going through a tower moment, which is probably why we talked about it a minute ago. But don't worry and pray and stay in the moment is what you need to do when it comes. And it might have something to do with, it's supposed to have some kind of scary event and stuff. Okay, so it's probably that. He's also reminding us to talk to people, and they're probably more open-minded than you think. This could be like the med beds coming out. Maybe you think, I'm not going to tell my relative about that because they'll, poo-poo it. They'll say, whatever. They're not going to be open-minded about it. But give it a chance anyway. Try. Because even people who were closed off before may not be closed anymore. And he says, trust me, I know everything. Faith is believing in the unseen as though it were seen. Okay. But he's saying, well, and it's interesting because I think that the mainstream media is going to switch over to the good guys. But in the meantime, please stay off social media or any news. Just hold my hand. So I think what that's alluding to, and your neighbors care about you more than you might know. So I bet it has something to do with that scary event happening, and it might be a little frightening. And so God's saying, just stay very present and hold my hand. Do not listen to any of the nonsense that's going on your TV. Do not listen to the TV. You're doing just as I need you to at this time. Keep being you. So this whole thing, this whole time of the ascension is there's the two parties of, one is the fear camp, one is the love camp. The bullies are the fear camp because they're even afraid to be bullying. Yeah, the bullies don't realize that they're actually cowards, that they're scared themselves, or they wouldn't be bullying. Anybody really in their power doesn't need a bully. They respect others. They respect others and they gain respect from others. It's only, anybody who has to force, manipulate, and, push and do any of that stuff they're afraid. They're just afraid. And so they want to spread the fear to you. And they just spread the fear. And then there's the love camp. So remember how I've talked to Americans in Action and we talked about like jurisdiction? Just always remember that there are, a jurisdiction is basically when you talk about that in the police force or whatever, jurisdiction is the area that you cover, your city or the county line or whatever it is. That's your jurisdiction, your area. But there's like a spiritual or energetic jurisdiction too. And that one of them is love and the other is fear. So in any interaction that you have with another individual or a group or whatever, you have to define whether the turf that you're on, the area that you're in, wherever you're standing, wherever you're sitting or whatever, you have to determine what the turf is, because the turf defines the ground rules. So you can think about your workplace, you can think about your home, your family's home, going to Thanksgiving. You have to see what is the turf that I'm going to be on, because whatever the turf is, those are the rules that apply in that situation or circumstance. That's the jurisdiction, the energetic jurisdiction of that place. And it would be wise. You can change the jurisdiction by bringing joy, bringing love, bringing healing, bringing laughter, and bringing all the good stuff that warms everybody's hearts. So you could say, well, the jurisdiction for Thanksgiving with my family is usually on the dark side. It's usually picking on people, making fun of people, putting people down, making them feel like crap about themselves or whatever it is, or drama or all that other nonsense. So you could just know going into it, okay, that's the jurisdiction I'm going into, so we play by their rules. Or you could go in, if you're capable, you could go in and determine, I am going to make it a love jurisdiction. I'm going to change the vibe of the entire room or the entire atmosphere by laughing my butt off at everything and getting everybody to have a sense of humor and lighten up. Now, this also happens with individuals with law enforcement or anywhere. But if you know that you're going into a satanic or negative jurisdiction, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go unless you know that you can move it to love. I would never go in a courtroom, never go into any kind of places like that, because that is they have a satanic jurisdiction. So, we don't belong in that jurisdiction. We play by different rules. We play by God's rules. We play by love. We play by humor. We play by playfulness. We play by all the good stuff. They play by snakes and snails and puppy dog tails, So try not to be around negative people, because you're playing in their jurisdiction. You're going to go home with bumps and bruises and all kinds of things from it. Try to only hang out with other positive people, who are in the love jurisdiction. So this whole ascension is to learn how to be in your power in a peaceful and loving way and to not fall into fear. So we're supposed to dive deep right now and heal our very deepest fears to reinforce our weakest link so that we can be even stronger. And it takes the bad guys to put us through the boot camp in order to get stronger like that. If you didn't have them, what would you use? We're in a simulation, right? So God's gotta put you through the boot camp, and the boot camp's gotta look a certain way in order to scare you, right? So just remember, tower moments are like Frogger. It's God trying to get you to the very best and highest timeline and the very best and highest result, the quickest he can, without making you go all the way around the street and around the block and then across the other way. He's taking you straight across the street in between the cars. And he's asking you to trust him and to keep looking him in the eyes and asking him, just if you can picture that if you put yourself in that analogy where you're across the street from God and he's like across the way trying to help you cross, you're going to stay totally connected in the eyes, and you're not going to miss any kind of flinch or hand movement or anything that he does, right? You're going to be really paying attention. You're pretty much going to be ignoring those cars because you're going to be like, okay, So just think of it like that. Stay very, very present and be staring into God's eyes or staring into the eyes of the divine. Be the observer. Have the observer imagine those eyes looking back at you. That way you're like just kind of a recorder in a way. We are just witnesses here. We are just the observers of this experience. And get more cameras in regards to what? So, unless you guys have questions, I guess that's enough for now because I'm getting tired. Or anything you guys want? Or anything you guys want to say? Hope you guys have some fun plans for Thanksgiving. If Trump talks about the Brunson case tomorrow or sometime soon, it's go time. And things should start rolling out very rapidly. Be celebrating. When this tower moment happens, start celebrating. Do a victory dance. Because we're that much closer to the scary stuff being over and the SAR being announced, and everything will get so much better in this world. And God says to remember that you have the authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and the ability to exercise authority over all the power of the enemy. All the power of the enemy. You have the authority with your love jurisdiction. Love always trumps the dark side, always. Nothing will in any way harm you. This is from Luke 10:19. Oh, you're welcome. Let me do another blessing, just that, the truth is revealed, that anyone kind of in the know with an open heart and open mind, kind people all over will somehow understand these tower moments and aren't going to be too frightened by it, but can stay centered and stay in, meditation or stay in presence throughout so that they can let the feelings rush through you. Allow yourself to feel the fear, whatever, just let it wash over you and don't let it stick. You know what I mean? Just feel like, oh, here's fear knocking around. Here's fear. Oh, just let the experience be there and don't judge it and don't go down some kind of mental rabbit hole or anything about it. You're doing everything right. I'll keep you out of any trouble and away from any threats. Keep up the good work. Okay, guys. The blessing to help you guys. God, thank you so much for showing us the truth in all things, and thank you so much for your incredible divine protection. We love you so much. And thank you so much for all your incredible training. Thank you for taking us through the game of Frogger. And thank you, Lenore. Just remember also the difference between us and the dark side. The people who've fallen into the dark side, they see themselves as victims and they'll stay there and they'll complain and whine about it. That's why I call them like whiny babies. Because and I used to be one, by the way. I used to be like that. That's why I always tell you guys to do Byron Katie, because it's so important to get out of that victim mentality. Because when you're in that, all you care about is yourself. You're just completely selfish. You might pretend to care about other people and do people pleasing, but you're just 100% selfish. And all you want is for people to feel sorry for you and to get your point. So, um, but those of us in the light, we look at ourselves, we take personal responsibility and we heal it. And we have a healing conversation with someone and we're honest with them and we tell them what's going on and we work together with others. You know, we don't seek revenge or go after people or use black magic or any of that stuff, nor do we need to. God protects those with a kind, loving, pure heart. There's nothing that we need to do at all except just be and trust and know we're protected and stay present. That's it, guys. It's really that simple. Easy. I don't know. It can, if we're getting triggered, it's not all that easy, but it really is that simple. Stay centered, stay grounded, stay present, and trust. Trust God. And it's all going to work out just fine, okay? So, yeah. I'm going to do some protection over whatever the scary event is, too, to make sure that you guys actually, I think I just said this, too, but just making sure everybody feels safe that needs to. That's like, yeah. People who need to get scared. It has its place. But, those of us who are open-minded and we know that there's supposed to be a scary event and whatnot, I just want to give us a little bit of a buffer of it's going to be okay, of a feeling that it's going to be all right. And of course, you guys in the daily boost, you guys will definitely feel my energy because I'm going to be attached to you throughout that whole thing. I'm going to be sending you all my love. So I'll keep you guys in a bubble. But let's just do a blessing right now also to also help people to wake up and see the truth and come out of denial. Even the Satanists that don't believe there's a God, let's snap everybody out of it and see reality for what it is. Yeah. All right. Sasa inawa ikishenje inawa Ai, hape wa hana she na trukuta tan sasa e. Wopopon hana tron ashe she kito tutun sasa. Tata she e wopoben prusa. Oh, that's kind of cool. Archangel Michael? Okay, he's here. He's not here. He's here. He's not here. No, he's there. Thank you, Michael, for being here with us. Who's also been really prevalent right now is Horus. So thank you, Horus. Thank you, Michael, for your guys' protection and for helping us at this time. This is some crazy, crazy times that we're about to go through, but very, 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 very exciting. And also, if you have in any particular moment, you can always either think about the past, put your attention on the past, or you can put it on the future. So keep reaching for what you want in your experience, the good times to come, us all meeting and coming together and having a great time and having communities and whatever you can imagine, having tons of animals or whatever on a farm or whatever your dream is, whatever you would think is just amazing. Instead of being worried about this stuff going on over here and this, that, and the other thing, keep redirecting your energy to, I'm so excited about the future. I'm so excited about all that I have that's going well right now for me. So keep your attention either in neutral by being very present in the moment or leaning forward into not the scary future, but the happy future, okay? Master your vibration. Just master your vibration and where you're putting your attention. Because we're manifesting what we are putting our attention on too much, Well, everything we're putting our attention on, we're manifesting. So, but if you're the observer, If you're observing yourself doing a talk on what's going on with these enemies or whatever enemies, they're really helpers. But if you're the observer of you giving a talk on it or whatever, or you're observing yourself going through the experience, you're neutralizing it. So remember that too. I dream of my new world. Turquoise water is so beautiful. Yay. Imagine eating healthy things and drinking healthy things and smelling fresh air. And, we have so much to look forward to. It's just going to be awesome. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate you very, very much. Sending you a big hug. And I guess that's it. All right. Bye, guys.